What's up, everyone? It's your boy C Biscuit making another video about why active cases in Maryland are still wrong. And I'd be like, C Biscuit making another one of these videos. Hey, just listen, alright? Now, in the last video, I was getting called all these absurd names. People were calling me extremist, conspiracy theorist, radical, a Joe Leonard. They're calling me a madman. Alright, I think I must have not explained it well enough, but I think today, alright, if you just listen, hopefully I can explain it well enough because it's just looking at data, alright? There's no conspiracy theory here. It's just straight data, alright? It's straight stats. This is why the active cases in Maryland are wrong. So let's get into it. So right now, the U.S. is like 31 mil cases, whatever. So Maryland's about it was about here. Oh wait, hold up. We're looking at here we go. So Maryland's 26 in terms of total cases. So 41 414K, and only 9,000 people have recovered. So like, I mean, just think about that. Only 9,000 people have recovered. So let's just again and look at it real quick. So we're at 400K, 9,000 have recovered. We'll say 10,000. 10,000 have recovered, and about 10,000, well, 8,000 deaths. So that's like 18,000 cases that are over, right? It just makes no sense if you just look at it. Because look right here. This is like the majority of the cases. And I'd say this is where, so when I was looking this up, it said like 10 to 20 days is like, for just like a normal case, is how long you should have the virus. And then after that, like, you're not going to have it anymore. So then you wouldn't be an active case. So we'll say, like, I don't know, like right here, like February, that's like 2 months ago. It's like 8 weeks, which would be like something like 56 days or something like that. That'd be like 56 days. So that's, we're giving that a lot of days after what, these, like the CDC and stuff say it takes to recover from case. So we're giving a lot of leeway if we're saying right here. I mean, look at, this is probably like, I mean, you could do the numbers right here, but this is probably about like 300,000 cases right here. And then this is like 100,000. That's even, I'm probably also being generous. All right, what I'm saying is there should be way fewer active cases. I don't know how they're being measured exactly, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense how only 9,000 people have recovered. It makes no sense at all when the majority of cases happened a long time ago. And I want to also point out, it looks like this too in Virginia, where it's like the same thing, but a little less. So 50,000 people have recovered, 600K cases, and you can see the same active case graph that is in Maryland right here. So I don't know if it's something with this area, something about how the cases are measured, but look, most of the cases, I mean, they happen before when a case should be active. Now, we're talking about the general case again. I know there's instances where cases can last for many, many months, but that's not happening. It's not going to happen for most cases. Most cases are going to be like 2 or 4 weeks. So it just really doesn't make sense. And I also noticed this with Kentucky, kind of the same thing, where most cases happened a very long time ago, but there's still so many active cases, right? And just to show you what a normal state would look like, or a state that doesn't have this, here's Oklahoma. And look, its total cases very similar to Kentucky, almost exactly the same, just in like the graph. And then we look here, right? And the active cases kind of follows that graph, but a little bit later, because that's how it works. It shifts back a little later because it takes about 2 or 3 weeks to recover from an average case, right? So this active case makes sense. It's not going to be like 400,000 like it is with Kentucky, or 300,000, whatever it is. And so this is what I'm saying. Maryland, Virginia, Kentucky, there might be a few more states like this. They should have like active case where it actually makes sense. Now I don't know how these things are measured, but I'm just saying they do not line up with how the graphs line up, and how the normal amount of cases line up, and the statistics for the general length case lasts. I also wanted to point out once again, remember what happened in the last video. I talked about this. The District of Columbia, it dropped off like 7,000 cases. So I think they had this problem, but they fixed it. But maybe it's happening again. I don't know. I don't want to get into this because the numbers a lot smaller. It's kind of harder to look at it generally. But I'm just saying I could see something like this. I wouldn't be surprised to see something soon where they correct this in these 3 states. There might be more states. I didn't really go into in depth on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something where it just drops off. And once again, people were saying, "What are you talking about? Why'd you make this video? You're so wrong. You're an extremist. You're a Joe Leonard. Like, you have no idea what you're talking about." Like, just if you don't understand this, I don't know what to say. I must not be explaining it right, or something else is up. But I also wanted to show you this. All right, this is what's really good. Show you what's happening. Look. So this is a screenshot I took from the video I made. You can put this address in. You can watch. That is the video. Is from 2/18 on the video. It's a screenshot of the Maryland cases, October 27th, 2020. Alright, so that's when I made that first video on this topic. Now, there were 8,000 cases recovered, 141,000 coronavirus cases. So that's about it's about 129,000 active cases, but 8,000 recovered. So you're telling me, so that was 6 months ago, that video, or 5 months ago. So you're telling me that only 1,000 people have recovered from the virus in 5 months, or if you include deaths, it would be somewhere around. Let's go back to that. It would be around 5,000. 5,000 cases have had an outcome in 5 months. That it does not line up at all with what the CDC says about how long a case should last. It does not line up at all with how a normal state, maybe like Oklahoma, and how their data shows. I mean, unless there's some very strange anomaly about this area, about these few states that I found, unless there's some strange anomaly where there's some crazy like case coronavirus going on, it just really doesn't make sense. I think they definitely need to change this, because active cases can affect, they can affect regulations, all kinds of things, and they should definitely like correct this. Just there's no way that only 1,000 people have recovered in 5 months. It doesn't make sense. And once again, that's like, if we go back, wait, hold on. If we go back here, so that's like 100,000 people have had it. But out of those 100,000, so 100,000 plus whatever people had it in October. We'll say November because it's October 27th. So 100,000 people had it at the start of November. And only 5,000 of those cases of the 100,000 in November have had an outcome here in April. That's 5 months, only 5,000 cases out of 100,000. It just makes no sense at all if you look at the numbers for how long a case should last. Anyways, I hope for those people who are calling me those names in the last video, it really clears it up, and I hope you, maybe if you didn't come for the last video or just interested in this topic, I hope you learn about it. I hope you say, wow, that's interesting, those numbers don't really add up, because that's really what this video is about. It's just saying, hey, these numbers don't add up, they need to do something. I mean, maybe they do add up, but come on, I don't think so. Anyways, if you're still confused, I want to tell you, may drop me a comment. Anyways, boys, that's the video. I'll see you later.